Hi everyone, my name is Chloe Hammond Bradley and I am the head coach for Fitness as a Sport. I'm here to share with you the 5 exercises for this season. Our first exercise is called Reverse Fly. This exercise can be done in 2 different ways, standing or seated. The first version I'm going to show you is standing. We want to start with our feet shoulder width apart, meaning that our toes are in line with our shoulders. From here, we want to add a slight bend in our knees and lean our body forward just a little bit. Then we will place our arms in a circular position in front of us to where our wrists are facing our shoulders. Then we will pull our arms up to where our elbows are in line with our shoulders and back down to that circle position. And up and down, up and down. When we are seated, we're going to want to sit as straight as we possibly can in our chair, lean a little bit forward, place those arms out in front of us in a circle position, and it's okay to have those arms leaning on your knees, making sure that our wrists again are pointed towards our shoulders. Then we'll raise those arms up to where our elbows are in line with our shoulders and back down, and up and down. Up and down. That's our first exercise, reverse fly. Our next exercise is side to side heel touch crunch. This can be done in 2 different ways, on the ground as well as in our chair. If you're on the ground, you want to have your back flat on the ground with your knees bent. From here, we will have our arms straight out to our side with the top of our hands facing towards the ceiling. Then lift those shoulders up off the ground with our head remaining in line with our shoulders and raise those arms up just slightly. From here, we're going to alternate from side to side trying to reach those heels. Keeping that shoulder up off the ground the entire minute. When you're done with your minute, you'll lower those shoulders back down and release those arms. The second version of side-to-side heel touch is in our chair. You'll want to sit as tall as you possibly can in your chair with your arms down by your side, making sure the tops of your hands are facing outwards. From here, you'll reach side to side, trying to touch the ground, and coming back to neutral and over to the other side, trying to touch the ground. It's important that we keep our back straight and as tall as we can during this exercise. That's the side-to-side heel touch crunch. Our third exercise is forward arm raise. For this, you'll need weights, so grab your weights. From here, the first version is standing and the second version will be seated. We'll want to start in our standing position with our feet shoulder width apart, again meaning that your toes are in line with your shoulders. Then we'll place our weights in front of us with our wrists facing towards our legs. From here, we will raise our arms up, making sure that our wrists are in line with our shoulders, and lower back down. And raise up and down, up and down. If you are seated, you'll want to sit with your back as straight as you possibly can, arms out in front of you. It's okay to have those weights resting a little bit on your legs, and then you'll lift those arms up with our wrists in line with our shoulders and back down, and up and down, up and down. That's our third exercise, forward arm raise. Our fourth exercise is elbow to knee. This can be done in 3 different ways. 1 version is standing and 2 versions are seated. The first version, standing. We want to start with our legs shoulder width apart, meaning that our toes are in line with our shoulders. Then we want to place our arms behind our head, making sure that our hands are in line with our ears. From here, as we raise our left leg, we will rotate our body towards the left side and lean in with our right elbow to try to touch that knee and come back to a neutral position. Then we'll raise that right knee, rotate to the right, lean in with our left elbow and try to touch that knee, and come back to neutral position, rotating from side to side. If you are seated, you'll want to make sure that your back is as straight as possible, your legs are shoulder width apart as if possible, making sure that your knees are in line with your shoulders. From here, placing your arms behind your head. And for this first version in the chair, we're going to lift that left leg, rotate the body to the left, and lean in with that right elbow, trying to touch that knee, and come back to a neutral position. Lift that right knee, rotate our body to the right, lean in with our left elbow and try to touch that knee, and come back to a neutral position, alternating from side to side. The third version is in a chair, and it's only using our upper body. Again, placing those hands behind our head, we will lean slightly forward, rotate to the left, and then try to touch that elbow to that knee and come back to a neutral position. Lean forward, rotate, and try to touch that knee and come back to a neutral position. I'm going to show this from the side so that you can see it a little bit better. So again, leaning forward slightly, rotating, and trying to touch that knee, that elbow to that knee, and coming back to that neutral position. Lean forward, rotate, try to touch that elbow to that knee, and come back to a neutral position. That's our fourth exercise, elbow to knee. Our fifth exercise is tricep curl. From here, you will grab one of your weights. This can be done in two ways, standing and seated. The first version, standing, you'll start with your legs shoulder width apart, meaning that your toes are in line with your shoulders. Then we will take that weight and grab it with both hands. From here, we will raise that weight up above our head in a triangle position, trying to squeeze those ears with our arms. Then we will bend at the elbows and place the weight behind our head. We will raise up into that triangle position and lower back down. Raise up and lower back down. Raise up and lower back down. After 1 minute, you can go ahead and release that weight forward. If you're seated for this exercise, you will want your back as straight as possible, grabbing that weight with both hands, lifting up in a triangle position up above our head, squeezing those arms to our ears as much as possible, and placing that weight behind our head. And then up to that triangle position and back down. Up and down. Up and down. And when you're done with your minute, go ahead and release those arms. If you have any questions about any of these exercises, please reach out to your coaches for assistance. Thanks and good luck this season.